streamer extraordinaire.
Hey Peter, thank you for the nice introduction, guys. If you don't know me, I'm a YouTuber. I like to have
Nie no, żartuję, przeczytam.
Hearthstone, and I think that's exactly what we're gonna do today, talking about RASTAKHAN'S Rumble. Peter, tell me about it.
It should be pretty awesome. We have a bunch of cards to reveal. We're gonna show off, I think, 5 cards, and then we're gonna do a bit of gameplay. We're gonna play a game against the amazing Ryan Masterson, and we'll show off some cards in that way.
We're gonna win a game against Ryan Masterson.
Absolutely gonna win a game, and it depends a little bit on which deck you guys pick for us. We have 2 decks planned out, and you're gonna vote
dobra,
which
muzykę wyciszyłem.
we actually get to play. But before we do that, let me ask you a couple of questions. How are you? What do you think about the expansion so far?
Well, Peter, it's one of my favorite themes we've had in a really long time. I like all of them, but I grew up playing World of Warcraft, spending time in the Gurubashi Arena, so this feels like a real nostalgic trip back to me. It's going to be amazing. I love trolls. I love Loas. You guys nailed it with the fantasy, so I'm incredibly excited. I think I'm more excited about RASTAKHAN'S Rumble than maybe I've ever been before. And the cards we've seen so far are already incredible, so I can't wait to see what's in store for today.
That's awesome. I spent a lot of time stealthed in Gurubashi Arena, waiting for other people to fight so I could just ninja the chest. I don't know what you were doing there, but...
Well, we used to be friends.
Yeah, Gurubashi Arena is amazing, and now we've got all of the troll teams from across Azeroth coming together to just beat each other up. Which Loa are you going to root for?
Well, I'm kind of waiting until we see all the different Loa cards until I decide exactly who I'm going to pledge my allegiance to. But so far, I think I'm with Bwan Samdi and his zombies, mostly because of the rhyme. Bwan Samdi zombies
they do have the best name.
Is incredible, but also just a recognizable character from Warcraft lore that I connect to. So that's probably where I'm at. Plus, the Spirit card looks amazing in combination with Bwan Samdi. I'm really excited.
Mam dziwne wrażenie, że z balansem Billy coś mają.
Now Bwan Samdi, but I'm reserving the right to change and more Loa cards. I don't know if we're going to see
Specjalna bluza, w której trzeba pokazywać karty.
I hope so. I hope maybe I'll change
we'll see. So I guess that means we should start taking a look at some cards. But before we do, let's introduce the new mechanic for this expansion. It is Overkill. Overkill is the keyword that captures the trolls just styling on their opponents. And it means that if your card deals extra damage, more than you need to kill a minion, or actually the enemy hero, then you get a bonus. So we've seen things like Baited Arrow, which is a spell that does 3 damage. And so
A faktycznie, bo oni dosyć cicho są.
Summon a 5/5 dinosaur. So if it does
like dinosaurs,
more damage than you need to a minion, you got a 2 health minion, then you get a 5/5 dinosaur out of it.
Yeah, that's incredible, and it's exciting. So, are we gonna see an Overkill card now?
We are going to see an Overkill card right now, and I heard you like dinosaurs.
I do love dinosaurs, so let's flip it. Let's see. Oh, the Ironhide Dire Horn, a 7-mana, 7/7 Overkill, summon a 5/5 Ironhide Runt. So it's not just one dinosaur. It sounds like we're going to get 2 dinosaurs. And this is for Druid. So talk me through this card, Peter. What do you like about this one? Why is this so exciting and such a great fit for Druid?
So, I mean, it's a 7/7 dinosaur. I like dinosaurs a lot, too. I really like dinosaurs. This is, in fact, not the only dinosaur we're going to see on stream today. But this is one of the cards that we were talking about doing for BlizzCon, actually. When the audience voted, there were 3 cards that we didn't get to see at BlizzCon, and this is one of them. We actually got to see Baited Arrow instead. They're both pretty cool cards. There's several Overkill cards that play into the dinosaur thing, mostly because dinosaurs are giant and smashy and like styling on their opponents or just like squishing them. So this is one of those pieces.
One thing I like about a card like this is, this is the first time I'm seeing it, but sometimes you're playing a big minion in Hearthstone, like one of these big kind of mid to late game style minions that maybe doesn't have taunt or a battle cry.
Na arenę za to mocne. Tak, na arenę mocne. Ale do konstrukty się nie nadaje. Efekt Overkill działa też przy przeciwnika.
The Overkill can't just go off once, it could go off twice, 3 times. It's playing this minion where you're committing a lot of tempo and a lot of mana to it, that's going to pay off. And it allows you to snowball into some really cool opportunities, which of course in Druid is an especially good fit because you have all the ramp cards in Druid. So 7 mana for Druid doesn't always feel like 7 mana.
Or whatever,
exactly.
Right?
You're playing Wild Growth and Endurance and Direhorn, and then if your opponent can't answer it immediately, it can start to do some crazy things. So I can already envision a lot of decks for this card. Not to mention, I mean, look at that incredible artwork. We've got, I don't even know exactly what kind of dinosaur this guy is.
It's a Direhorn. It's the Triceratops type.
The Triceratops of the Hearthstone world. But he's got all kinds of different armor and some crazy...
trolls love decking their dinosaurs.
I don't even know what this is. Some kind of skull cannon it looks like on the side. I'm not even totally sure. But this looks
Chyba działa, ale nie jestem pewien.
It's pretty cool.
So Peter, walk me through Overkill a little more. Like, what was the process
Overkill nie działa w dużo opa. Aha, okej.
Like, did it start out as something else and change
No
into
to
the
chyba, że nie działa.
Sure, yeah.
Czy nie wiem.
Overkill's something we've had for years, since before I joined the Hearthstone team. That
Jakbym miał strzelać, to bym powiedział, że zadziała, ale no, może to był ślepy strzał.
So like we have dragons, and dragons are big, and it's the theme for BlackRock. And so we wanted a keyword that said, "You've got giant minions, let's make them awesome." And so Overkill, something in that vein. In that case, it was more damage was going to carry over to the enemy hero, which wasn't actually the most fun version of it. So when we got to Witchwood, we were trying
Zobaczę, czy w zasadach Hearthstone'a już
which is
jest.
a great name, and it meant your damage when you hit a minion carried over to minions nearby, and so it would, it would splash and kill all of your opponent's Silverhand recruits. That was okay. But there was a lot of randomness there, and it felt kind of bad, and you felt dumb when you played your 1/1 and the damage splashed over and killed your 6/6. So we tried it out again with RASTAKHAN'S Rumble because we wanted another thing that captured the styling on your opponent, and this was the best version that we found of it. It's actually really cool. The binary, do you get the bonus, do you not get the bonus, has very interesting decision making. We tried the version where it was just Overkill gain armor, and so you would get armor for each point of Overkill. So if you Overkilled by 7, you'd get 7 armor or draw 7 cards or whatever the card was. That was okay, but
Nie ma
it
jeszcze
had
w
the problem
rulebooku.
where, again, you felt bad if you played your 1/1s. It was also a little bit mathy, and we couldn't
Jakby
make
działał, to
cards that were as interesting
by
because
był
they
OP.
have to scale up to a lot. There's not that many things in Hearthstone that scale up to a lot. You can't summon like...
No ale to wtedy nie atakujesz trzema.
Right.
So the binary thing let us do cards that were more exciting and cooler. In general, we have Overkill cards, and they tend to do 2 or 3 damage. There's a handful of cards that do more than that, but the reason is it's just more interesting when it's the 2, 3, 4, 5, because you're trying to figure out how exactly do I trade my minion in. 1's not that interesting for Overkill for obvious reasons. It's very hard to make it happen.
You'd have to buff or add to it, yeah.
But 7 is a lot. It's not an interesting decision, but tends to make you feel really good for smashing their minion instead of going face.
Yeah, exactly. So am I hearing that maybe most or all of the Overkill cards we're going to see in RASTAKHAN'S Rumble will be that binary style? They won't be based? Okay, that's...
Overkill's always binary.
That's good to know. And I think one of the cool things about Overkill is the sort of impact or influence it's going to have on small minions, tokens, things like Shaman Hero Power, Paladin Hero Power. Suddenly become a lot interesting, more interesting and risky, perhaps even, in an Overkill environment. So that could really make some big changes to the meta and how things move around. I'm really
there's definitely some gameplay there.
I'm really excited to see that. So this is a great dinosaur. I like Ironhide and Direhorn a lot, but I have a feeling this is not your favorite dinosaur.
Nie, tylko w waszej turze działa.
I want to hear, what is your favorite dinosaur? Tell me.
My favorite dinosaur of all time, King Crush. My favorite dinosaur in this expansion. Let's take a look.
Oh my gosh. Undasta, a 9-man, another 7/7. Dinosaurs are 7/7s.
Dinosaurs are 7/7.
A neutral legendary here. Incredible artwork. Rush and Overkill, summon a beast from your hand. So Overkill and Rush, now that is a powerful combination because there's a lot of board states where you can basically guarantee and instantly activate that Overkill and do some really exciting things. So tell me about the design process behind Undasta.
Do rekrut Huntera.
Are great together. It was actually one of those things we had to be really careful about on the design side. Don't just put Rush on every Overkill card because it feels so good. Let's just do it where it really matters. It turns out Undasta is where it really matters.
Overkill only works on your turn. Wypowiedź od tego gościa, co tam gada. Więc tylko w twojej turze działa.
Or other dinosaurs?
King Crush. Charged Devilsaur seems like it might be a great fit too.
Ironhide Direhorn, say? You're just making a giant beast deck. Undasta's a great fit for it. And you're basically guaranteed to get the trigger. You've got Rush.
No to chyba tylko do Huntera, nie? Jak coś. Znaczy no, zależy już, mogą powstać jeszcze jakieś inne tam archetypy.
Probably either really happy or just really
you're in a
dead.
good spot anyway, or a really bad spot. So.
Tak, parę razy może się przyzwać. W sensie jak zagracie sobie na przykład tę Ondastę, dacie jej Wind Fury z adaptu i zabijecie 2 stronników, no to przeżywa 2 bestie z ręki.
Diehorn for Druid.
Yep.
Druid also has a lot of other beast cards.
Yeah, Tyrantus.
Big Wojownik może. A co Big Wojownika ona ma przyzywać?
Other surprising use cases for this card, maybe in other classes. I'm thinking there are some, general beasts out there, the corridor creepers of the world, but that wouldn't be the most exciting.
Almost every single Loa is a beast.
Oh, of course. Of course.
So Shirvala is a great pull off of this. If you decided that you don't want to put big spells in your deck or like any spells, you could put Undasa in instead, and you can pull out your Shirvala.
That's very cool, because otherwise you'd have to play lots of big spells to reduce the cost of your Shirvala to make it playable. If you guys don't remember, mana, its cost is reduced by spells. But with
dawno się Unrival zaczął? 10 minut.
Drugą
kartę pokazują.
Oh my gosh.
It can be an enormous
swing. Nie jest bestią, tylko smokiem.
So a lot of ways to play this. That is really exciting.
Some of them are less good with this card. Like Hyreek is not that great.
Right, you don't want to pull a 1/1 by itself on the board. So if it has a battle cry, it's not going to be a good fit, but still.
Overkill to zabicie miniona zadając mu więcej damage'u niż miał życia. Czyli to się nie triggeruje. To się nie triggeruje jak zabijecie miniona 7-7. To się triggeruje jak zabijecie miniona X6. X5, 4, 3, 2, 1. No zero nie bardzo.
The rush guy.
Exactly, the rush, the horse for Paladin. That is a beast, right? I think there was some.
I think so, yeah.
There was some mix up there, but I think
Diabłozaury w Big Woju.
A great card with a lot of potential, so that's pretty darn exciting. Now I've heard that,
Ale wątpię, no nie będziesz grał takiej legendy, takiej karty po dwa diabłozaury.
Mimo. Some powerful beasts, especially with overkill synergies. And we love chickens. Like chickens are really the modern day version of dinosaurs.
They are. Birds evolved from dinosaurs.
Birds, of course. And so if you look at Gurubashi Arena, we needed to have a Gurubashi chicken.
Let's see, Gurubashi Chicken, a 1-mana 1/1 beast with overkill, gain +5 attack. Now you teased this a second ago that it's hard for a 1-attack minion to work.
No cóż, mogę powiedzieć.
Of our friend, the angry chicken.
It is. It's the angriest.
Próbuję złapać fokus.
Instead of enrage or taking damage, buffing it. Now it's got to have overkill to be buffed.
No nie wydaje mi się, żeby to była najbardziej grywalna karta w dodatku.
At a higher attack level. So that it can
ale mogę być w błędzie.
Get to an even higher attack level. So all kinds of beast synergy cards. I'm thinking about things like Houndmaster, for instance, might work really, really well.
For sure. Or just Blessing of Kings.
Blessing of Kings and Paladin. Paladin has a lot of buffs. Maybe this is the basis for a new quest buff Paladin deck. That could be pretty exciting.
Or at least like more chicken memes. We'll take more chicken memes.
You were very close to the chicken world, Peter.
I've had a lot of experience with chicken memes in the last couple months.
Maybe you're the Gurubashi chicken. So Paladin, Hunter seem like good fits for this. But you know what else might work nicely? I'm almost envisioning a bit of a beast token Druid deck. Maybe you get out some early minions in Druid. You buff them up with things like Power
Beast
of the Wild.
Token Druid deck.
Wild token beasts.
Exactly. Yes. And then suddenly you've got this really, really scary chicken. And by the way, can we talk about this artwork? Does it have an axe for a face?
No. They just put an axe on his face. He's just a normal chicken with an axe on his face.
Can you imagine a chicken flying at you with an axe on its face? That's actually what it will
Widzę zastępca Bena Broda. Czy trochę się rozkręci i będzie, kurde, znowu śmiech na sali.
Costume to mock this up for the artist, like,
yeah, it's a fantastic piece. I actually really like it. I think it's a pretty adorable card. It's not the cutest card in the set by far, but I think it's pretty cool.
It's adorable in a scary way, a bit like Feral Gibberer, one of my favorite cards.
Hey, Feral Gibberer is actually cute.
It's kind of cute, but also like a little bit terrifying, which I like.
Terrifying.
So, are there any other interesting use cases or fun stories or examples you have of this card?
There's the Hunter spell, Bestial Wrath, that gives it immune and plus attack.
Ooh.
So that's another way you can make it get +5 attack.
That's a really cool example. Yeah.
We tried this out once upon a time in design at Overkill get +10/+10 because we thought it was going to be so hard to do. Turns out we can't do that. That's actually just insane.
For a 1-mana card, that's a lot of stats.
For a 1-mana card with Bestial Wrath, among other things. Yeah, that lasted for about 1 game.
Of course, yeah. Well, that's cool. So I think we have even more cards to see, Peter. What's up next here? What are you going to show me?
Yeah, we're going to show the other 2 cards from BlizzCon that we didn't reveal.
Ooh.
So this is the one that was up against Void Contract. This is a Paladin Epic spell.
a new challenger. Oh, 7 mana spell for Paladin. Big spells we know, good for Shrivala. Says
discover a 6-cost minion, summon it
with taunt
and
divine shield. Wow. So only paying a small price here for mana, getting a 6-cost minion, 7 mana to do so, but you're giving it taunt and divine shield, so it becomes this instant infusion of a big defensive body on board. And I'm trying to think of 6 mana minions might be a great fit here.
Boulder Fist Ogre?
Boulder Fist Ogre.
Straight up Boulder Fist Ogre is pretty good with taunt and divine shield.
Exactly, yeah, for 7 mana. Karen Bloodhoof came to mind for me,
Karen
like just
is great.
A big pile of stats.
Mechanical Dragon from Boomstick.
Nie wydaje się to być jakieś super wyjątkowo dobre.
So you get an annoying little token taunt in the way, bit like a Righteous Protector, but it's got a 7/7 hiding behind it. That's incredible, and I'm sure there are going to be even more 6-cost minions we haven't even seen yet in Rastakhan's Rumble. So
it's actually surprisingly interesting. We tried a bunch of different numbers. We tried Discover a 7-cost minion. We tried Discover an 8-cost minion. We tried 6, and 6 was actually the coolest. The one that there was the most interesting decisions. Oh, Wind Fury Harpy is pretty legit. If you give it Divine Shield.
Kill. And then you can set it up for buffs with Blessing of Kings, or Bone Mare on 8, whatever on curve play you want to make, and then boom, hitting for a ton. Now that's really nice, and of course it fits too with all kinds of different Paladin synergies. They love Divine Shield. They often like to play, slower style. Well, they can in the past, maybe not nowadays. That said, is this maybe the making of a new control Paladin, maybe a heal Paladin?
Potentially. We've seen Timeout, which is the defensive tool for Paladins, the kind of pseudo ice block.
Yeah.
3-mana spell, your hero's immune until your next turn. So maybe there's something in that space.
I know that a control Paladin is something I'd love to see return. We've had odd Paladin, even Paladin, a lot of faster Paladins lately. I want some greedy, big minions, control Paladin returning, lots of healing, lots of taunts, lots of divine shields, and just stay alive forever. That's what I want to see. So a card like this, that looks pretty exciting. That's a neat opportunity.
And that brings us to a good philosophical point, that we've seen a lot of these very aggressive Paladin decks, and so we tend to, when there's lots of aggressive Paladin decks in the metagame and we can't make them lots better, we tend to make cards that go towards other archetypes. Things like Shrivala, a new challenger.
Miło, że nie chcą bufować tego agro-paladyna.
Into the more defensive side.
Popieram.
We haven't seen the Spirit of the Tiger or some of those other types of pieces, but because you've seen Shrivala, that kind of big spell Paladin deck, this slots into it. In a pretty good way.
Oh man,
nie trafię na rękę.
I'm always looking for ways to play Spiteful Summoner. Although 7 mana is not as good anymore with Giggling Inventor in the pool. So.
Wybierasz sobie, zagrywasz to, wybierasz jakiegoś jednego z 3 losowych minionów za 6 many i pojawia się ten minion na stole z Divine Shieldem i z Tauntem.
That's exciting.
He lost the fight there, but
Zentimo, the legendary troll champion for Shaman. 3 mana, 1/3. Whenever you target a minion with a spell, it also targets adjacent ones. Very cool. Now, we've seen similar effects like trading with a Cave Hydra, hitting minions adjacent to things. There's been spells that have done that themselves, but never a minion that sets that up for spells. So there are really 2 ways to use this. One is, you could lightning bolt to your opponent's minions and suddenly you hit 3 minions, but also you could hex ×3. Wow, that actually seems really strong. But you can also use it on your own stuff too, potentially. Hitting
some
your
Rock
own
Biter,
minions.
some Wind Fury.
Oh.
Who can say?
Rock Biter is intriguing. Wind Fury. Are we actually going to see Wind Fury in play, Peter, because of Zentimo?
We'll see.
That would be incredible.
That's a scary thought.
Oh, man.
But maybe, there's some cool stuff you can do with him.
That's intriguing. And also, I will say, like, it kind of feels a bit like Electro Storm Surge in a way, too, where you've got a minion that's kind of affecting spells in hand and allowing you to do things you otherwise really shouldn't be able to do. Same mana cost. So, very neat. And, oh, man.
Żeby coś, ale obecnie w standardzie jest 5 minionów o koszcie 6.
So you could see this in an aggressive deck, maybe like you said with Rock Biters, but I kind of think maybe in a control deck too it makes a lot of sense. I like that.
Yeah, I think if you have a spell type deck where you're doing things like lightning bolts or hexes, that's really where you're going to get the best value out of it. It's worth calling out if you lightning bolt something, you do overload 3 times. You get all of the side effects of the card too.
Arcymag, Bestia, Black Knight, dowódca Argentu, Gen.
It's an
Wodny Etin, Gorejący Koloś, Hemet, Keir, Iskrzącze Wiertło, Illidan, Kapłanka Luny, Smokowiec, Digital Gadżetonom, Mchlak, Mechaniczne Piskle, Słońcowierca, Ryzykancka Lakieterka, Widmo, Phantom, Ogr, no i jeszcze parę innych. Ale to jeszcze ten, no. To jeszcze neutralne bierze, nie tylko Palladyna.
I think this card already has a lot of promise just on what we know now, but if there's more coming, that's going to be even better.
I think he's pretty cool. There's some good stuff that you can do with him, and he works pretty well with Electra too. That you know.
Yeah. I have a feeling there's going to be some crazy combos come out of this one, like some really sneaky stuff.
I think there's going to be some great stories.
Exactly. I'm sure the viewers out there are already cooking up lots of things. I'm not smart enough to think of just
fill your hand with unstable evolutions. Unstable evolution, your whole board.
Oh, unstable evolution. Now that sounds
There's
fun.
some cool stuff you can do there.
Oh my gosh, that sounds so much fun. Oh wow.
Yeah. So that brings us to some gameplay.
Oh, we're gonna get to play. With
unstable evolution.
So we've got two decks we're going to take a look at, and we're going to see one of the two, and which one is up to you. So,
Boże, dobra.
over the screen to vote. We're using a Twitch extension for it, and there's either Janelized Dragonhawks, the Mage deck, or we're going to take a look at Hyrik's Bats, a Warlock deck that doesn't actually feature Hyrik or the Spirit of Hyrik. It has instead High Priestess Jeklik, the champion of the bats. It's worth pointing out, we've shown Void Contract. Void Contract's a cool new Warlock card. It's not in the deck because we were worried about blowing up all of our cool reveal cards.
Perfect. So just to clarify, we're gonna play one game.
Na 7 many 3 heksy nie brzmią źle.
All of the marbles.
No, tylko musisz mieć jeszcze 3 kreatury przeciwnika i to najlepiej takie, które opłaca się heksować. Więc tak... Rzekłbym, że no, średnio.
Mage?
Not that I want to influence the vote. Mage. Or Warlock, maybe. Just a reminder, we haven't seen the Loa for Mage.
No, kreatura do aggro 1-3 zatrzymany brzmi idealnie.
We haven't seen the Loa for Mage. So, now, it's, you know, it's intriguing.
No influencing, though. Regis is an influencer. That's his job, so...
We can't see the vote. We don't know what you guys are.
We have no idea what's going on.
We're only gonna have to, you know. I hope you guys will vote for Mage. I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm just gonna come out and say it.
Wow. Well, I hope you vote for Warlock then.
You traitor, Peter. You traitor.
Well, we have to have some balance, or like pretend to be fair, to be balanced here.
Well, you do know the decks, I think.
I do know the decks, actually.
Maybe you guys should trust Peter. I don't actually know what's happening.
They're both pretty cool decks.
So
Mage has some good stuff going on. Warlock's had some good stuff going on.
It sounds like we can't go wrong, Twitch. And we're going to win anyway. We're going to play real... Oh,
all right.
We got word.
Right. Apparently Mage. We hope that's the one you voted for.
We know the winner. Mage wins. And,
Nowym hero card będzie Warlock.
I don't know if you guys...
Ale Blizzard nie powiedział, że będzie jakikolwiek hero card.
Are we going to play Chalky here?
Apparently.
Okay. We're gonna play Chalky. I don't know if it's actually Chalky.
Yeah, it might be Ryan playing on Chalky's account. Don't account share, that's bad.
So we're not playing Hyrik the Bat. And
we're gonna
guys,
play
I have to be very careful. They said if I hit the wrong buttons, I could reveal the entire expansion.
Oh, man.
And
that's true.
Believe me, I'm tempted. Throw it all away to see the cards.
Blizzard Jail forever.
But,
that would...
Yeah, I'm gonna be careful. Blizzard Jail is a scary place. There's crumbs of toast everywhere. But,
Mówili?
we're gonna play Mage.
Okej, przepraszam.
I'm excited too.
I want to see
Coś ominąłem chyba.
Obviously.
This is one of my favorite archetypes in the expansion.
I want to see animation.
O, druid! Nowe karty super do druida.
Oh, intriguing. We're already starting off on a high note. Already starting off on a high note. So Hexlord Malakras, this card's already been revealed, of course, but just in case anybody hasn't seen it or wants a refresher, remember this adds a copy of your opening hand to your hand. So any card we keep in the mulligan, later on when we play Hexlord Malakras, is going to be added back to our hand. So the mulligan is very important.
We've got a combo here. If we play Malakras, we get Aragal plus Book of Specters.
We have a combo, but they're not new cards, Peter. I'm very...
that's true.
I'm worried, but these draw cards.
These are going to give us copies of the new cards?
Nie ma nigdzie o tym.
Yes, you're right. We get multiple iterations.
We get multiple iterations?
That's good.
RASTAKHAN'S.
Is it a smart idea to keep Hexlord Malakras in our opening hand? Because what we could do is create this chain of infinite...
So Malakras does say accept this card.
He doesn't work himself. Okay, so there's really no reason to keep him there.
It actually worked that way for a little bit, but it was a little bit too much.
Perfect clarification. So no need to keep him then. We don't don't need him. So we'll look for 2 other things, right? That sound good to you?
All right.
And I'm Future Regis. I don't think chat can see that, but Future Regis is out here. That's wonderful.
New hero card Zul'jin will be the only hero card of the expansion and it will be for the hunter class.
So we're good to go.
Oh, perfect. You
Okay.
guys thought of everything.
There's 4 new cards.
To nie wiem, ominęło mnie to.
Guys, we're also on the new board. I don't know if that was a plan.
Aha, na panelu mówili. Okej, dobra, to nie oglądam panelu.
You should, please. I didn't realize we're going to be on the new board. I'm excited.
I feel like this is going to come off or do something. Maybe not.
Oh, come on, Ryan. I mean, sorry.
Wild growth already. Oh, man. This is going to be tough. So, is there anything in particular I should click here? You know, I feel like it takes me a month to figure out all the...
I think we should explore, yeah.
Oh, is that gonna do different Loa animations?
I think it's got all of them, yeah.
Oh, no way. We need to play Hearthstone too, though. Chat's gonna yell at me. I guess Loot Hoarder feels fine. I don't think we need to.
Let's just draw cards so we can find new cards.
Yeah, let's only look for new cards. Ooh, that was the frog. Frog. Oh my god.
Bats.
That actually looks great.
That's really cool.
I love the colors, how they match up. That's really, really nice.
The spirits have really similar come into play animations to that, so it kind of captures that same thing.
Oh, very cool. Oh, okay. I thought there was going to be some sequence there I needed to master, but apparently not. All right, we got to think about this. I feel like Frostbolt's probably fine here. Just we can trade in first, see what we draw, and then...
yeah, fine.
I don't know exactly what this deck's going to have in it, but Torque Reaper... I mean, we don't have to Frostbolt, but there's not really much as far as an option is concerned otherwise.
Yeah,
I don't think. There might be a bigger threat. I don't know that we need to play Glacial Shard for tempo. I feel like we can maybe save this.
Well, we're going to have a lot of cards next turn, because we're going to Argal plus Book of Specters and draw like 6 cards. So it's up to you.
Well, what do you think?
I think we should play it.
Okay, all right.
Why not?
Smorkin, guys. You heard it.
We gotta go face, right?
I don't know what the deck's like, so I'm not sure what our...
Czy mógłbym ten link podrzucić? Ale ten link to ten, który link?
I was promised there were no minions, so Book of Specters, or no spells, so Book of Specters wasn't gonna ruin it, but...
Okay. I feel like something's gonna happen here, but I never know. You never know quite what the secrets are going to be. I still don't know the volcano sequence for Journey to Ungro's board.
That's one of my favorites.
I'm really not too good at the board stuff. All right, I'm glad we played this. Look at this.
Yeah, see?
Now we're set up to trade a little bit.
Czyżby trend druid?
Card Waterboy. I can hear the movie references already. 2-mana, 2/1 battle cry. Your hero power this turn costs 0. So we can sneak out some extra hero powers with Waterboy, and that's pretty intriguing too. We've already seen one hero power synergy card for Mage, with the Pyromaniac. So that's exciting. That's a pretty neat little card. I feel like I gotta play it now.
I'm mostly excited about the Hearthstone water bottles.
Za 2 many, 2/1, zadaj 1.
Oh, that's a product opportunity right there.
That's just a great piece.
The Blizzard Gear team has to get on that right away. Those are gonna sell like hotcakes. That's amazing. I don't know that Waterboy is the right card to
co
play
te kapalek?
Przecież
to działa w tej turze.
We're just gonna lose 1 to the board. So I think we just slam a Water Ellie and take a trade.
Yeah, seems good.
And so what are some other use cases for the Waterboy here? I mean, there are...
Well, so there's some hero power synergy stuff. Mostly, you could have spent 2 mana for your hero power, so it's just you get a free 2/1.
Ale co na Wild?
That's exactly right. Yeah, if you're looking to use your hero power anyway. And then you think about things like Frost.
Przecież to kosztuje 2 i daje wam hero power za 0, więc wychodzicie na 0.
Playing someone like Zoo and having a free 2/1 is good for you.
Oh, exactly. Yeah.
No tak, to jest pojedyncze użycie, a nie spamuj hero powera.
You can play this if we look at, for instance, hero cards too. This is a nice way to get some extra cheap hero plays out. Hero power plays out. So that's
Do Zoloka.
And I love the idea that not only we look at it like the giant trolls and the giant dinosaurs and all these big characters.
No, do Zoloka nawet nie jest
głupie.
głupie.
Got a Waterboy here who's running water to his to all his troll champions and speaking of the devil.
all right.
So okay, Pyromaniac. We've already seen this. This is a card that's already been revealed, but the one we just referenced. Great synergies here with Waterboy. It seems like we're gonna have some hero power synergies. As far as a play this turn is concerned, I don't know that we have a good way to
Wolę Kaleseta grać. No tak, ale Kaleset wylatuje za 4,5 miecha.
So I think it's time. We're gonna find some more new stuff. Let's do it. Let's see. And you promised me I won't.
Spirit of the Dragon Hawk!
Okay, all right. Well, not a. Yeah! This is the best draw ever. So I don't know which to look at first, but I guess we're gonna look at the legendary first. So we got Jan'alai the Dragonhawk, the new Loa for Mage, 7 mana, 4/4 beast. Battle Cry, if your hero power dealt 8 damage this if your hero power dealt 8 damage this game, summon Ragnaros the Firelord. And it also has a little keyword here to tell us how many are left. Oh my gosh.
So you won't see that in the collection, but you'll see it in game.
I gotta play, but we gotta also look at a spirit now too. Spirit of the Dragonhawk. Of course, 0/3, 2 mana, stealth for 1 turn. Your hero power also targets adjacent minions.
Kind of like Zentimo.
Oh my goodness, yes, it's exactly like Zentimo, but with your hero power instead of spells. And so just to clarify, does an activation of Spirit of the Dragonhawk targeting an adjacent minion also reduce the counter on Jan'alai, or does each?
Absolutely.
It does?
Yes.
So if I play Spirit and I ping here, it's gonna go down to 6 left instead of 8 left. What? We've drawn every new card right in a row. This is unbelievable. So I still am thinking about these last ones, but now we've also got the Daring Fire Eater, a 1 mana 2/1 for Mage. That artwork looks incredible. Battle Cry.
Od Paladin.
Deals 2 more damage. Oh boy. This is something.
Zagrywacie się tego i w Odpaladynie Kilo Power strzela za 4.
We can't play Jan'alai yet, but we don't really need
Zarzucicie tego 2 razy Kilo Power i gracie tego samego Jan'aliego z Ragnarosem.
It's gonna deal 3 damage for Mage.
Znaczy mag, może nie Paladin.
So we can kill off this Violet Teacher, and if we play a Spirit of the Dragonhawk, it's also going to.
Yeah.
And wait a minute, how much mana do we have? We're 1 mana shy of playing all of these things together.
Yeah, we could also just wait, because we don't care that much about the Violet Teacher. If he makes a bunch of tokens, we can just clear him next turn.
Oh, you're right.
Because the Spirit has stealth for 1 turn, so it's probably going to live.
Oh, we can just chill.
We can just chill if we want.
But we can still ping here.
Yeah, for sure.
Or would we rather just play another Water Ellie, maybe?
That's pretty reasonable, too.
I think we'll just play another Water Ellie. I don't know if this matters.
Make sure we get the...
I guess I don't actually need to hit this, because we're probably going to ping it down next turn anyway. But, okay, so the count on this is affected by Spirit of the Dragonhawk, so that's an incredible synergy. This is really diving hard into hero powers for Mage, at least.
It is,
That's exciting.
These are all of the hero power synergy cards in Mage in this expansion.
Oh, perfect. Well, we've seen hero power synergy cards in the past with Inspire from the Grand Tournament. It never took off a ton, but I feel like this has... What? Oh, no. I should have hit that. Should have hit that. It's okay. I kind of gave it a trade back, too.
What's the worst that can happen?
That's a bit of a mistake, I think, but that's all right. Well, we're going to recover with, like, a million Ragnaros. It's okay. We got at least 2 Ragnaros incoming. I don't think we can maybe make more. Probably only 2. Uh-oh. Just token Druid here. Uh-oh. It is good for our hero power, though. So that's frozen. So now we can, this is alive because it had stealth, which is nice. So the Violet Teacher could not trade into it.
Yep.
So now if we ping here, we're going to hit off all 3 of these.
We could play Pyromaniac if we wanted.
We could also play Pyromaniac to draw a card. And we could even do all of that for
dobiera 3 karty, a nie jedną.
with Waterboy as well. Or we could even freeze stuff with Ice Walker, the return of Ice Walker. So another question about
On Mage nie pogra Spirita. Ale ten Spirit to taki średni jest.
Oh, wow. Now that's exciting again. Oh, man. That's so cool. So I guess we'll just... we don't really need this to do more damage right now. Because we're going to kill off these 1/1s.
O, patrzcie! Zmienili ten.
What do you think the best play?
Jak najechał na to było tam na dole, że ma tego debuffa i to inaczej wygląda.
That sound reasonable as far we can go ahead
Nie
and
wiem, czy uda mi się to złapać.
Does this draw us 3 cards?
It does, yeah.
Of course it does. All of these are consistent. We don't need this to be decided, right? So we're going to draw 3 cards. We don't need to freeze. Maybe we should have played this to get a free body out, perhaps. Oh my gosh! It actually animates those each individually. Oh, I've waited too long.
You got it.
This is a consistent theme.
Chyba mi się nie uda.
Oh, so we do have more spirits. That's right.
Right, because we copied them. And so if you check Jan'alai, you're down to 5, I think.
Jak oceniam Loa do kapłana?
That's crazy. So to talk about the payoff here for Jan'alai, I think it should be pretty clear
A jakie jest Loa do kapłana?
that summons a Ragnaros.
It's pretty good.
It's very good. It's quite reminiscent of Spiteful Summoner, a 4/4 that summons a big body. But unlike Spiteful Summoner, which has some downsides, inconsistencies, because you don't always know what you're going to get, Ragnaros is a very good minion. And that's exciting.
Ragnaros is pretty good.
Bo Bambi.
To bring back cards.
Chyba taki no kombogeny jakiś coś tędy.
A little bit sad to see it go. Probably good for the game ultimately, but having it return back is exciting.
Yeah, Ragnar's is awesome.
Man, oh, that's so cool. Also, just the theme here, I guess, fire being, you know, the mage.
Yeah.
I don't know exactly what Jan'alai's story is as a Loa, but oh man.
She really likes fire.
It seems like it looks like maybe her wings are a little bit on fire here. Very, very cool. I'm so glad you guys picked mage. Thank you for picking mage. We have to get a Ragnaros here. Surely Chucky or Reels, whoever this is, will take it easy on us. Icicle. Oh, we have so many cards now. Oh, we have Hexlord Malacross. Not something I think we're going to be playing because I think we had just a couple things. So this has nothing inside of it as far as a death rattle is concerned.
O, widzicie? Takie kwadraciki są teraz.
Pop out the 2/2, or alternatively,
get rid of the teacher.
The teacher is generating a lot of value, so we could go here as far as our pings are concerned with Spirit of the Dragonhawk. Nice thing about this too is that it is cheap enough that you can play it out and not feel too bad doing it the same turn. It's not just relying on the stealth for next turn.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's so flexible at its cost. So I think we want to ping multiple bodies here.
Yeah,
we can even make it do 3 damage with our Daring Fire Eater, right? So
yeah, maybe we Icicle the 2/2.
Oh, okay. So we have the 3 health guys in play. Yeah, I like this. So then we're going to be pinging on
the middle guy. Yeah.
Okay.
Jaki pewny opening w tym dodatku?
Oh, I'm taking too long here.
Raczej szybki.
Daring Fire Eater.
Yeah, figuring out all these new artworks. And then I think, are we saying we're trading into the Violet Teacher?
I think so, yeah. Just in case.
Yeah. Getting emoted.
Yeah.
Okay, so not the smallest board, but...
And I think...
Still, the ping here is going to be pretty nice next turn.
I think we have Ragnaros online.
Oh, no way. Already? That seemed like it went so fast.
Yeah.
With these... the Spirit makes it activate so quickly. As long as your opponent's playing a lot of minions. I guess if they're playing taller boards,
Kawusia, dziękuję.
achieve that quickly. But if they're a token-style deck, this is Odd Paladin's nightmare. Just pinging everywhere all the time.
Yep.
Just 3 pings constantly. Oh my goodness. Oh, I'm gonna feel compelled to play this because I want to see Ragnaros, but I'm really not sure it's the best play. That said, though, without our ping doing additional damage this turn, we really don't have good ways to clean these up right now that I can see.
Not really.
We could maybe dig for the other Daring Fire Eater, I believe the name was.
Yep.
If we wanted with the Book of Specters. That leaves us with 7 mana. We could still play Jan'alai as a last resort in that scenario. But Jan'alai, the Ragnaros effect, not necessarily great against a token board. Those 8/8s are going to be hitting smaller guys pretty consistently.
We could play the Ice Walker and freeze a lot of
Ale 112 na 12.
Yeah, I like that. Ice Walker and freeze the board. What would we freeze, you think? I would probably freeze.
There. If we're going to do that, we probably Book of Specters first then?
Yeah, let's do that. Let's see if we can find the Daring Fire.
Oh,
Belligerent
that's pretty good.
Gnome. Another card that's been revealed previously, but pretty exciting here. Our opponent certainly has more than 2 minions. So we could Belligerent Gnome, Ice Walker, and Ping. For 6 mana, we have 7 mana remaining. I like that.
That's pretty good.
It feels good. We're protecting our Spirit, which is nice. I don't know. We've kind of he positioned really well here around our freeze effect because we've got 5 attack over here and 5 attack over here.
Yeah. Either way.
But this trades a little more favorably there. I think we can force the 2/2s in.
Yeah.
Maybe.
We do still have 1 more Spirit of the Dragonhawk.
Oh, we do. Yes. I really like the way this deck is. Oh, it doesn't freeze.
It didn't freeze.
Oh, okay. Well, it freezes 1. We know that now. We'll keep that in mind for the future. I really like the way this deck plays, though. This is very cool. Hero powers are one of the things that makes Hearthstone really great compared to a lot of other cards.
Dlaczego to stylizowało jednego?
Each class feels so unique and empowering.
No chyba nawet on się zdziwił.
So, I mean, I think we're gonna start turning the corner here a little bit, as far as stabilizing. I don't think we're dead, which means we're gonna play Jan'alai next turn.
Yeah, for sure, of course.
I think we have to.
I
almost don't even care what the board state looks like. I'm a little worried, like double.
Your next hero power returned into more damage.
So
that'd be pretty sad.
It's gonna happen, guys. Don't worry. Don't fret. Don't worry, chat. I think he does need to prioritize the Spirit of the Dragon, which is intriguing. You know, these cards create a lot of.
Jak on się nazywa, ten mały?
Style where you kind of have to respect him because otherwise the potential snowball value is way too high.
Ice Walker?
Another synergy card. Not great right now though, and again because we don't have the
your hero power also freeze the target. Aha, target.
Just
okay.
go for Jan'alai. and then probably trade and ping through.
Yeah, we could get Water Boy out too.
Yeah, oh, that's right. We can finally play this guy. I've kind of been sitting on this for a while. Perhaps I neglected our friend the Water Boy. So we'll Water Boy, we'll ping, and we'll... for a second, I forgot this was going to be 0. That's perfect. And then we'll play Jan'alai, and we're going to be quiet here to hear the entrance animation and the sound effects. So listen, chat, listen. Spirit of the flame, turn them to ash. That's so good!
Oh, it's so good!
Oh, I love it.
Face.
I love it. Oh. You wanted to go face, of
Always.
course. That's Ragnaros's one destiny, is to go face. That is so exciting that he comes back. He's even got a logo there behind his tech. Yeah, that's very cool.
This is RASTAKHAN'S Ragnaros, or really Jan'alai's Ragnaros.
I kind of wish that was the name of the expansion now. RASTAKHAN'S Ragnaros. Oh, no! I think it might be a good thing we played this when we did. Man, oh, that's... Now, let me ask you something. If you bounce Jan'alai the Dragonite back to your hand via whatever mechanism, Youthful Brewmaster, does the count start over, I'm presuming?
No.
It doesn't start over?
No. It's just tracks this game.
Oh, it's the whole game. Oh my gosh.
Przecież masz drugiego nawet.
Yeah.
That could do some nifty things. I'm not sure exactly how to do that. So if I were to draw this works like we've seen with like giants and other things in the past, where if I were to draw this now, it doesn't have to be in hand, it's just ready to go.
It's just ready to go.
Instantly be ready. Oh my goodness.
O to mu chodzi.
Well, I feel like maybe we could play it again. We have a great turn here.
Yeah,
Jan'alai into Fire Eater into Ping.
And trade,
it's going to clear up most of this. This is going to be at 1 health, I guess, right? So we maybe don't need to trade.
We don't have the Spirit out, so it's not going to AoE.
Oh, of course. We lost
we could play the Spirit. We have one, but then we can't play second Ragnaros.
Then we can't play second Ragnaros. Well, I think we just ping and trade then. Take the chance for the 8/8 to hit the Cenarius, and
that sounds right to me.
We should be good to go. That is such a cool combo when you get the Fire Eater, the Spirit Hawk, and your ping. That's a very powerful clear. So it doesn't really matter here how we do this. But we're taking a 50-50, and I think we've stabilized. I think we're going to win this game.
Face!
Oh, you still want it to go face.
I always want it to go face.
Clearly the minion's better. That's funny.
Oh, yeah. I mean...
So we're down to 6 cards. We've drawn through our deck surprisingly fast.
Yeah.
Maybe I'm just having
a lot of card draw.
I might just be having so much fun with this. Oh, that's only 2 cards. Who cares? Who cares? This game's got so fast. It's been so much fun. Okay, so what was our opening hand? I can't remember what the 3rd card was. I believe we had Archmage Eric. Oh, Frostbolt. That's not a bad card to see here. We could Frostbolt the... Oh, never mind. I think I know what we're playing.
That seems pretty good.
If you're not dead, it's always right to play Jaina.
That seems pretty good. I think we're not dead.
Yeah.
We're dead to Savager, I think. But
we're creating some... no, don't say that. You're going to jinx us. Don't say that. We're creating... He's going to have to do something with these now because he has to...
All right.
He has to respect our
Boom.
And so already an amazing set
we're not dead to Savager
of hero power synergies, and then Jaina did that.
Yeah, absolutely.
Very good. That seems so strong.
It's worth mentioning a lot of these cards are odd.
Zimno.
Oh, I wasn't even thinking about that. So an odd mage deck where you already get an upgraded hero power that's dealing 2 damage.
Yeah, so Jan'alai, Pyromaniac are both odd.
Oh,
the Spirit's actually even.
Goodness.
But we wanted to keep them a little bit separate just so you could try the even version or the odd version.
Right.
You're probably going to do the odd version because Ragnaros is awesome. But
yeah, but still, there's a lot of ways to work with that. Even just the default hero power is... even with Daring Fire Eater, like that's a 4 damage ping then, is that right?
Yeah.
Oh, man. It does add 2 to the damage, is that right? I'm not looking at the card, so... Man, that's going to be a lot of fun. And no Saboteur, just a Firefly. Ragnaros just chipping away at this board. I guess we don't seem to have a good ping at the moment, although we could refresh our hero power. So
yeah, I was gonna say we could Spirit, Ping, Pixie, Ping, and get 3 fire or water elementals.
No way.
Oh, sorry, just 2 because the
is that enough mana? This is 4, 7, 9. Oh no way. Is this real? Come on, this is too good. So we do this, and then we do this, and then we do this.
Yeah, so we'll only get 2, I think.
Yeah, this is not gonna die, but did I? Yeah, I did that right. Okay.
Tyle water elementali!
What?
Czy myślę, że znajdzie się miejsce na tą nową legendę w Big Spell Mage'u? Jestem w 100% przekonany, że się nie znajdzie. A czekaj, o którą pytasz? Może jeszcze tak w sumie. A może myślę o innej.
So much. I'm playing this day one even though I've already played it.
So this is one of my favorite decks.
This is so good. Wrath for one on Ragnaros. Wrath has got nothing on Rag. Well played indeed.
I like our chances in this one.
I think I'm feeling pretty good about where we're at. I like Cold Wraith as a card already. It's even better in this. It's cool.
We should probably play Malacrass just so we can see
the of course.
The visuals.
Yeah, that's a great idea. You are smart. Yeah, okay. We're gonna get Frostbolt too, which isn't bad here. Oh, that is awesome. I wasn't quiet enough. I'm sad. Like I maybe interrupted a little, but let's just.
Szkoda, że te wszystkie gry, które oni pokazują, mają scenariusz.
Well, we might need to kill that because it's potentially going to summon some 1/1s. Although 1/1s aren't bad for us now that I think about it. We're a mage. We're Jaina. Maybe we should let him summon some 1/1s.
Jastrząb znajdzie miejsce.
Very good here.
W Big Spell Mage'u?
I knew you at my side.
We had it.
You're good at Hearthstone. I'm okay.
And perfect game. We're 30 health.
Na bank.
You're right. It's looking good. Almost drawn every card too, and we drew all of the reveal cards like one for one,
exactly.
right in a row. That was a perfect.
Well, it helps that we drew our whole deck, but yeah.
It's true. That's true. And I didn't burn anything, which is important. That's pretty nice.
Good.
Okay, we're not quite yet on lethal, I don't think, but getting awfully close.
Nie ma Litala.
We could maybe find, is there another Frostbolt in the deck? I don't have space for Pixie now, but either way. We'll just drop through the entire deck. Second belligerent, no. This is a nice little deck. This felt really good.
It's pretty fun. I like this.
Nie no, nie ma opcji, żeby w Big Spell Mage'u grał ten Jastrząb dusz. Że kurwa, zanim ty w tym Big Spell Mage'u zadasz 8 damage'u z Hero Power, to się gra 3 razy skończy.
Again, just the odd paladins and the token decks of the world. It seems like we've seen a few mechanics here which are slowing some of those token downs.
We were gonna finish it with Ragnaros.
He didn't let us. No, no. Oh, still though, really fun game. That was amazing. So, are we gonna take a quick look at those cards again at the full view? I guess maybe.
Yeah, let's take a look at those and.
Yeah.
In all their glory.
Yeah. Up first, we had Jan'alai the Dragon Hawk. 7 mana, 4/4.
Jan'alai,
this is like a controlled, reliable, spiteful summoner. It still takes a little bit of work to achieve, but the effect is so strong. And again, I just can't.
To się okaże.
I can't get enough.
To się nie ma co okazywać, to na logikę jest. Na logikę bierzesz, że w Big Spell Mage'u nie gra ta karta. Tu się nie ma co okazywać. Gdy to się może okazać, to nowy Big Spell Mage na Hero Power, ale to brzmi bez sensu.
Which I think is pretty interesting because
the
odd mage, it really only takes 4 hero powers to deal 8 damage instead of a full 8 hero powers. So that doesn't really take that long, particularly in an odd deck where you might have some odd mana turns anyway.
And if you generate this guy randomly in something like Hunter or Warlock, whose hero power does a lot of damage, Warlock dealing damage to himself, of course.
Yeah.
You'll get Ragnaros even faster.
That's incredible. I really like this card. So, do we have any other, what's up next here for next cards?
To tak mówisz, że czasami się mylisz.
Fire Eater. I love the artwork on this one. 1 mana, 1/1. Battlecry, your next hero power this turn deals 2 more damage. And that's just sneaky good at making your hero power deal 3. 3 is a really significant number in Hearthstone. A lot of those kind of early to mid-game minions have that 3 health mark. So this guy allows you to really cheaply boost that impact while still developing a small presence on the board.
Even if you just look at him as like
jeszcze tego Warlocka.
That's like not bad.
Yeah, that
is
like
that
would be
pretty
a
reasonable
playable card. That feels really strong.
It's like pretty close.
Yeah, okay. So, what else did we see here?
I think we got the Spirit.
Ooh, Spirit of the Dragonlock. I really like this card. So good at those token boards. Really for 4 mana, you know, dealing, you know, it's a bit worse than something like Shooting Star perhaps for 4 mana, but the fact that it has stealth and it sticks around and all those other snowball synergy options, this thing really starts to pile up quickly.
Right, you get 2 Shooting Stars essentially.
Yeah.
And in the matchups where you want that, that's really good. And then of course you have the Daring Fire Eater, and then it's not Shooting Star anymore.
As we saw, and I really like that all of them are so low cost. So they're easy to just flex into a turn, play out. You don't have to rely on the stealth if your opponent has like Hellfires or whatever kind of AOE. You can play it that turn and still immediately recognize the value. If this costs like 6 mana or something, it'd be unplayable. Yeah, it's so hard to fit in.
All of the spirits are actually like that. The most expensive one costs 4, and the rest of them are all either 4 or cheaper.
That's great.
A lot of them are in this like 1 to 2 mana range.
Yeah, that's really nice. And then I think finally we had
what's
it, the Water Boy.
Ah,
I love this guy. I
He's
feel like I am this guy. So 2 mana, 2/1 neutral card. Battlecry, your next hero power this turn costs 0. And that's just a nice little free 2/1 basically, which yeah, I think there are going to be some decks that can find some way to utilize that. Maybe there's some sneaky good ways to do that, or just an early tempo sort of play to help you stop some aggressive decks. But I'm intrigued to see how people fit this one into decks. Anything really good you've seen?
I think this guy's a cool card. I'm not sure he actually goes in that mage deck, because mostly he's just a free 2/1.
Right.
You're more likely to play like Pixie and reset your hero power.
Yeah, yeah.
But I think it's a cool option for something like Zoo, or if there were ever more powerful hero powers, or things that you were doing where you had an aggressive deck that really cared about its hero power, that could also play even cost cards. Because there's a lot of aggressive decks that care about their hero power, but they can't play even cost cards.
Odd Hunter, for instance, like you'd love to cheat out of 3 free damage.
Love this,
but yeah, he's 2 mana.
You know, Odd Paladin too. There's a reason he's 2 mana.
Yeah, very smart. I like it, and it's just a cool card too. And I can't wait to buy my Hearthstone water bottle coming to a Blizzard store near you in the future. Hopefully so.
Yeah,
Wow.
so I think that's all of the cards we have to
A
show.
lot. No, you showed a ton of cards. A handful of new legendaries. So Janelai, Zentimo, those were both incredible.
Żeby aktywować bohaterę tego jeszcze nie możemy mieć go na ręku. W
W
sensie, żeby damage się zaliczał? Nie.
I very rarely get to beat Ryan in Hearthstone
Może
games,
być w
so.
decku.
Yeah, I don't win much at all, so I totally feel you, believe me.
So that was great. I think that's all we have for today.
Ej, pokażcie jeszcze karty z Warlocka, no.
Early December, we are incredibly excited about it. You can take a look at RASTAKHAN'sRumble.com to see the most recent card reveals, to pre-order the expansion. You can also pre-order the expansion in the client. There's 2 different pre-order bundles that you can do. The community card reveals are going to start tonight, and they're going to go for the next couple of weeks. There's some exciting cards coming out.
Couple of weeks?
And,
But
some
couple
really
of
amazing
days.
people revealing those cards. I think Regis did a card for us last
O,
expansion.
amazing people revealing those cards,
I think I
czyli
only
o
get
mnie
these
mowa.
this time around, but this was more than enough. I'm honored.
There's a lot of really fantastic people, so please go out and support those streamers. That's great. Tune in for the final card reveal live stream. That'll be November 28th with Dean Ayala and Brian Kibler. Those are some great guys. Dean is fantastic. Brian's done a lot of great stuff. So we are really excited for all of that, and thank you so much for joining us here today.
Thanks for having me. See you guys.
Hopla. Hopla, hopla, hopla. Bam. O, ponie, to tylko tyle kart pokazali? Nie było ich więcej? All new cards. W ogóle dobra reklama, nie? O, znikła. Ironhide Direhorn. No, wydaje się być kupą. Tak się myślę. Raczej kupa. Ondonasta. No, combo genna. Jakiś rekrut hunterów, rekrut czegoś tam innego. Whatever. New Calendar. I ma jest za mało 6. Zobaczmy. Co myślę? Że mnie boli dziąsło.
O, czuję, że masz nowe historie do opowiedzenia.
No taka prowokacja, no ten z prowokacją, no ten z prowokacją i z Divine Shieldem. Takie. Co byśmy chcieli z tego przyzwać? Z tego czaru. Tego nie, tego nie. Tego tym bardziej. Nie, nie. Średnio. To od bidy, to od bidy. To od bidy. Takie. Takie. Tu chyba też nic nie było. No czyli ogólnie rzecz biorąc, można stwierdzić, że to jest słabe. To ogólnie rzecz biorąc też raczej uważam za niezbyt dobre. Niby się kombi z Lightning Boltem, Silencem, Hexem, Rockbiterem, dawaniem Furii Wichru, ewolucją i wieloma innymi rzeczami. Ale to jest takie... nie w 5, nie w 9. Słabe statystyki ma samo w sobie. Tempo tego nie zagracie. Nie zawsze macie ten kartę. Nie wiem, nie wydaje mi się takie super dobre. To takie potencjalne do paru deków może się nadać. No i wielka trójca kart opartych o Hero Power. Było jeszcze jednej karty? Nie wiem. No, to może być dobre nawet. No ten Mac tak jakby popatrzeć se tak z boku, no nawet se tam spoko klikał. Se tam spoko klikał i coś se tam robił. Może w wersji odd, żeby Hero Power miało 2 damage'u, co by było bardziej stabilne. Plus na przykład taki kiepek, 4 damage'u wchodzi. Plus tam wiadomo, jest ten co dobiera kartę. Odświeżanie. Albo po prostu w wersji normalnej. Takiej jak była pokazana. No nie jest to takie złe. Zobaczymy, ale na pewno nie jest jakieś tragiczne. Tak myślę. O, znowu. Ale śmiechowe reklamy. Takie trolują trochę. Okej. Może być, no. Druga AM. Ale to jest druga AM jakiego czasu? Chwilę, 7 AM. A ja to pokazuję o 16. Czyli plus 9. 7 plus 9. Plus 9, 11. 11 jutro. Aha, czyli to jutro. 11, 13, 14, 16, 17, 18, 20. Coś koło tego. I 44 minuty nowa karta. A faktycznie, true story. Będzie za 43 nawet. Pokazuje Loa do Łotra. To pokazuje... Pokazuje taką kartę. Taką z zębami. O co chodzi z tą legendą do maga, z tym 8 left? Że masz zadać 8 damage'u hero powerem. Wtedy działa. No, te karty ogólnie... Nie wiem, tak w sumie te 5 to... Znaczy nie, te 4 uważam za słabe. To ma jakiś potencjał do jakiegoś kolejnego combo decku. A to wygląda całkiem ciekawie. Zobaczymy. Ale omówienia teraz robić nie będziemy.